Hey friends, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Salwa's Delicious Kitchen. Today's recipe is one of the creamiest delicacy of Mughlai cuisine. That's why it's called Shahi Paneer. I'm sure everyone must be knowing that this is the most creamiest and delicious vegetarian recipe, yet so royal that everyone would love this. So do give a try on my recipe with the same basic ingredients but with a different style of cooking. So for those who are new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss any of the upcoming videos. So let's quickly have a look at the ingredients to make the paste for the Shahi Paneer. I have taken around 40 grams of butter and 2 small onions, and this is around 4 large tomatoes weighing 400 grams nearly, and cashews less than half cup, it's 25 in numbers. 2 pieces of green cardamom or elaichi, 2 cloves and a small piece of cinnamon. Also add 1 piece of black elaichi if you have. Half teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, half teaspoon of turmeric, 1 inch of ginger, 5 cloves of garlic and 2 green chilies into slits. And here in a pan, I have taken the butter on a medium flame. This is, so do not burn the butter. Mine was a little bit burned by the time I added the spices, so do not do that. Here I have added whole spices, cumin, cashews and green chilies, excluding onion and tomatoes. Rest all the ingredients I have added it here. And then sauteed it for 30 seconds, then added the onions. After adding onions, I have just sauteed it for 2 to 3 minutes. Make sure do not burn them. Do not do this on the high flame. Keep it on a medium flame. And add the tomato dices. Make sure you do not compromise with the tomato because tomato is a main ingredient of this recipe. After adding the tomatoes, this really takes some time. It took me around 15 minutes to fry, and then I added the turmeric powder and transferred it to a plate. And once it cooled down, I added it to the mixer jar and grind it to a very fine paste. Here in the same pan in which we fried the masala, I'm taking a tablespoon of butter and adding the paneer pieces, and then fry them till just the edges are slightly golden. Do not burn them at all because it turns to be hard. And if you're using frozen paneer, also blanch them always. It makes them softer. Fresh paneers you don't need. And here are the ingredients to make the gravy. This is the paste what we have grind. Make sure you strain them if you find the paste is coarse and it did not grind well in your mixer. Here is around 50 grams of butter and 1 cup of milk, and this is the paneer what we have fried, around 300 grams this is. As you can see, they are just bite-sized small cubes. 1 tablespoon of coriander leaves chopped, and around 3 tablespoon of thick or fresh cream, and around 3/4 teaspoon of kasuri methi, which is dried methi, and 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, salt as per your taste. Chili powder can be added more or less according to your taste. Here in a non-stick wok, on a medium flame, I have taken butter and then added the red chili powder. I always add the red chili powder first so that the smell of red chili doesn't overpower the masala, and then add the ground paste. Mix it well. This around takes 4 to 5 minutes to get that boils from the sides, as you can see. And once it's fried well, the masala, you can add the paneer dices, the fried paneer dices. Adding around 1 cup of milk now, and also some milk to the mixer jar in which we ground the masala. As I always say, why to waste the masala? And then add it with add some salt. Mix it well. Here, close the lid and let it absorb the masala for around 3 to 4 minutes. Keep the lid closed, and once this is done, add the cream. Here, one more important ingredient, what I usually love to add. I wouldn't say it is authentic, but then it really gives that nice sweetish, and then even the color, good color. 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup. I had forgotten to show it in the ingredients section. And finally garnishing it with the coriander leaves and kasuri methi. And to the same gravy, you can even nearly add 500 grams of paneer. I always like more gravy, so I have used the ingredients this way. And here is your royal, creamy, rich shahi paneer ready to go with any kind of butter naan or even ghee rice. As a South Indian, I love the shahi paneer with just plain ghee rice. So do give a try on this lovely recipe and share it with your friends and family. But do not forget to hit a like and comment below your feedback. I'm sure you all will love this recipe, so do not miss to give a try on this. Coming to my extra points, add more red chilies if you want this recipe to be spicy, as this is a mild version. And do follow me on Instagram and share the pictures what you have tried from my channel so that I can share it on my wall. And do not forget to hit a like on my Facebook page. I hope till now you all have subscribed to my channel. If not, please do. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.